talk about October and this amazing energy. It's intense, but I want to walk you through it. So I'm going to get into the astrology, but I don't want us to get hung up on that. I want to help you feel it. So the first things first, is we are building right now to the full moon in Aries. That full moon in Aries is going to happen at 1:55 California time, and it's going to be at 16 degrees. So the sun will be in Libra at 16, and the moon will be in Aries at 16 degrees. 16 degrees is how we connect and receive our connection to God, our amplification of intuition, what we sense. Hey, Annie, I love you. This is a major full moon. The way the Libra season started out, Libra season's all about relationships, but it started like, okay, I guess we're in Libra right now. like the rest of the planet, I'm not going to look, I don't want to go. And I think it was like the whole cosmos knows, oh my God, this is going to be a doozy. But now everybody's kind of gotten into the mix. So we have the sun, but it's interesting. We have three asteroids, and all of them are the love asteroids that are sitting right there with the sun and the moon. And they are Psyche, Cupid, and Amor, and they are only 14 degrees. So they're in Libra. So they're just 2 degrees difference than this amazing full moon event. That's a big deal. So this is about relationships. This is about love. This is about, and it's a God love. When are we going to get the most romantic, the most fulfilling, the most thorough, the most needed is the love that your soul has between your ego and your body and your mind, your soul and you. Your soul fucking created you with God. It loves you. And this is about the ego being covered by the soul and that relationship. And then as the soul amplifies and is in the forefront, it's about the soul having that deep love with God. We can find and heal our wounds in the most trusted, most meaningful relationship, and that's between our soul and God. That relationship should be sensual, romantic. Yes, it can be God the Father and God the Mother, wonderful, but it's also God the Lover. The whole book of Solomon is about the bridegroom. You are the bridegroom soul, the beloved of the universe, the big bang, the light of lights. The God the Father, the God the Mother that created you is in love with you, is wanting to have a love affair with you. In fact, the only reason you were created is so that the divine could love itself and experience itself. So there's that. And at the same time, right, we also have Chiron in Aries, just 2 degrees. So the Chiron is at the same degree as Cupid and Amor and Psyche. Interesting. So Chiron is bringing in the wounded healer, and when it's in Chiron, it's like it's got a little punch in its pack, So Chiron is in the mix, and then the Uranus Saturn is at 18 degrees, just 2 degrees up from. So what I'm saying is everything is in a 2-degree orb. This is a powerful week. The square of Uranus and Saturn has been going on since the 1st of October. It's going to go all the way through 12th. But it's been going on before that because this is only when it's exact. And of course, we're going to feel it in 5-degree orb before and after. And this is the final square. So if you want to book a reading with me, what's really important is to know what's going on in your Aquarius house, what's going on in the Taurus house, because these are working together for the biggest healing and change in your life. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I want you to know. Put the astrology aside. Can you feel it? Can you? Can you feel this energy? The intensity on Earth? There's an intense anger, there's intense pain, and there is this intense, wondrous, powerful love rising. And so here is so the Saturn Uranus is doing this for you. It squared 3 times in 21. In 21, it was a rehaul for you. It was, you probably gave up a big habit. Maybe you've gone back to it and teetered a little, or left a lover and now you're back. But you know what had to go. Whether you've teetered or not, don't overstress on that. And it's not just one thing. There is some adjustments with the way we care for ourselves, with our relationships, with our energy that we give to our careers. But it's not just one thing. And this is where I really want to try to explain this. It's an energetic, probably for me, it's my constant state of fear and feeling that I'm not good enough. Now, if I was going to be totally honest, I didn't feel good enough to be an underwriter either. I didn't feel good enough to be married to Tony. I don't feel good enough to be Treasure's mom. So being a healer and this, of course I don't feel good enough. There's this, I have a storyline. It feels almost like I'm tricking everybody, and it's been there all my life. Now, this is something all of us are breaking through. You got that too, right? It's like this cloud, like whether you match up, whether you should be in that lane, whether you deserve that. And even though like the ego, we've done our affirmations, we've done our kundalini, you do. But you also know energetically, what? And it hurts. This energetic, we've all kept, hurts. And I want you to know, this is like 13,000 years old. It's old. It's old lifetimes. And when that got going has been clouding and in your lives for till now. So all the lifetimes in the last 13,000 years have had this cloud of sneaking onto earth and hoping nobody noticed, It's so freaking weird. So it's not just you, right? It's everybody. So Biden feels like he shouldn't be a president. Putin feels like he shouldn't be a leader. Whitney Houston felt like she didn't sing. Even though when you would watch someone like Whitney, right? Oh, hell yeah, I'm the voice. But you could see the insecurity. And you could see it in Michael Jackson. And what I'm really noticing, this goes with all this, there's something about the Matrix that takes people with extreme talent and makes them slaves. Because it plays off their insecurity and it uses their energy and plays them down so it can control them. And it uses them to entertain us, get us to buy things, influence us in the way the Matrix wants. And how many of these beautiful souls, Prince, Michael, Whitney, Elvis, it's endless. Marilyn Monroe, either you kill yourself or someone kills you. And there's so many. It's bizarre, y'all, that somebody with that much light wants to just leave the earth. What? And I wish it weren't true, but I get it, because sometimes I feel that way. I would never kill myself, but sometimes it does feel like this is so freaking hard. And I've got a great life. It's like, I feel like I have a pretty good, easy life. I love my job. I love my husband. That doesn't matter. None of that matters. So this is the thing. You are able and capable of checking all the boxes that you want and still carry this thing. So this week, as we climb to that full moon, we are in this square, this final square between Saturn, the strength, the discipline. It's the lioness, girls. It's the lion, guys. That has to come out and be stern. Stern with the energy. I even talk out loud. When I can feel it going under, I go, Marcia, I love you so much. You are such a good person. Tony actually heard me and he's like, honey, that's so sweet. I didn't know he was in the bathroom. I'm in the bedroom. Anyway, so you got to go after it. But it's like this, it's more than that. So it's looking at your life and where are you cheating yourself energetically? Where are you pushing yourself too hard? Do you post and get on Instagram when you're not feeling it in your heart because you have to? That one is a big one. That's too much, y'all. It's too much. Are we doing things out of desperation? Like even the cleaning the house. Like, let's say this, let's make this a scenario. Let's say your house is a mess and you've been working all day and you're exhausted, and what you really need is a bubble bath and to go to bed early. But because of that program of not being good enough, you're gonna make yourself clean everything up before you do that. I loved the recording from Mahan City about, like, you know, there's just too many things to do before I get to my sadhana. Like, maybe my refrigerator needs to be cleaned out, and maybe I need to fold the clothes, and like all these things before you. The biggest adjustment is choosing you first. And that will entail a very strong spiritual practice that you commit to doing in the morning and in the evening. So you are bathing yourself in the light, connecting, making sure I'm present. Here I am. I'm here. And I'm present with God. Hey, what are you saying? Let me see that. I literally did that last night. Oh gosh. So I know, right? And it's like, we have to be the most important person in our lives. I don't care if someone comes over at my house. I mean, I do. I actually care really a lot if someone comes over. My house doesn't work. But if they love me or not, you know, actually put that, I love me, and it wasn't the right time to do that. But also, this energetic that we're doing makes us so we have more space in life. So we have time to, pick up at the house, and we have time to rest after work, and we have time for a meditation. We have to say no to more, so we have enough space. And this is the thing, with as fast as everything is, in a way, I don't even want to get into that. I'm going to do one on consciousness next week. That's very fascinating. But the bottom line is we are bombarded, and we are the only ones who can do the timeout. So this is radical self-awareness. Radical self-awareness. How do you feel about that? Does that make sense? Like today, Tony wanted to go to Holly's class with me, but he had an intuitive feeling. And this is the thing, the more we do Kundalini Yoga, the more intuitive we get. He had this feeling like, I think I'm pushing it too much because I have this big appointment at 12:30, and as much as I'd like to go to class, I think I'm pushing it too much. He followed that awareness, right? Sometimes it's like, oh, what's wrong with you? You need to get to class. You need to work out, right? It's like we drive ourselves. No. Check in. What are you truly feeling? Now, here's the main thing. That's what we are doing. That's what we're fixing. That's what we're healing. We also have been working on it all of 21, right? And so what that looks like is we've made big progresses. There's been parts of our life in 21 where we're like, oh my God, I'm totally loving me, and this is totally fucking working. And here's the thing, there is such a magnetic pull to the old way. So like, I've been letting a lot of things go in the way I do my career, and did something else so that financially that'd be okay, and letting myself soften into what do I do next, and how can I be more of a gift to GDF? But I needed to let go to get there. My point is, in letting go, I can't tell you how many times I picked it all back up and did more than I've ever done, and then, freaked myself out and, start over. So I start over. We can start over as many times as there is no failure. I love what Dr. Levry said. He was a recent post. He said, there is no failure. Failure is divine information. It holds the energy that you need to understand in order to succeed. In fact, failure is key to having a stable, sturdy success. Otherwise, it's just little peaks of success. If we can be present to missing the mark and a failure, and really taking the information, okay, what was I feeling? Why did I choose to pick that back up again? We will learn how to not do it. But we have to be aware. We have to be there. We have to be in it. Okay, so got to get to the point. So this is what you're doing, and it's going to make your life so much fucking better. It's going to touch on the key area in your life. So for me, my Taurus is in the career house. Whatever your Taurus house is, this cleanup is going to make that house shine. It's going to make you feel lovable. It's going to give you value. It's going to illuminate, right? And that's not even the point. Okay, this is the biggest part of this talk. The point isn't getting your way. The point isn't settling into this new you. The point isn't even loving you. The point is that you are mastering this, and what it's going to do, it's going to kind of pop you out of the matrix. That's the real point. All of this cosmic energy that we've been going through since 2012, intensely since 2020, has been all about you waking up and seeing what is the matrix and what is reality. And really beginning to feel that you are in relationship with the matrix. You are creating with it or the divine. And so this is the biggest part of this Uranus-Saturn square and the full moon in Aries. A full moon in Aries, you know what? Aries it's fiery. It's willing to fight. It's willing to jump off the cliff. And it doesn't do it like a fighter. It's not like a roar like Leo, that kind of lion. I mean, that kind of fire. What Aries has is like Jesus was an Aries. There's a certain innocence. And Aries just believes they can. They have no proof. But there's just this sweetness inside of them and a sweet connection to God, and they just know they can. And that's what this full moon is blessing you. So there's a lot of information healing for, 2 steps forward, 1 step back this week. And then you're going to have this huge clarity on Sunday, and then it's going to wrap up the following week. And this is going to open up more energy, more money, more love, the good stuff. But life is life. There's still going to be problems. But like I said, the good stuff, because Taurus is about value, it's about gifts, it's about money, it's about, hey. And Uranus is like, I bet you didn't realize that, because it's unusual, right? Like you don't actually have to apply for a new job or anything. You just have to actually love and be yourself. I know, that's like, who knew? So it's like this really, it's not easy. But it is this subtle thing that you have been battling. Like, oh, it is me to always, have a clean house and blah, blah. No, it's not. It's like, let it all go. Where are you at? Maybe there are things in your life you can have people do for you so that you can do more of what you need to. Who knows? But all of that is the details of what this square has been doing for you. But the main point, let's say it again, it's to pop you out of the matrix. It's to have you have a different view of you and me and life. That's what's really happening. And you are elevated. People are going to notice you. They're going to see what do they got going on? Why does it all just seem to be flowing in the right direction? That's good because people need help. And in this more clearer vision of life itself, you're going to be able to see others more clear. It won't be just, oh my God, they're evil. You'll be able to see the inner child. You'll be able to see the trauma that they went through. I have had some amazing things happen in my sadhana where world leaders and just, people that are, influencers just come right into my forefront. And I know they're just like, just share the love can you please share the love and light with me? Can you pray for me? And I'm like, oh my God, of course, So that's why this is happening. So let me say this one more time. The result of all the work of 21, this full moon and this final square is a major improvement of your life. But that's not the big news. The big news is the pop out of the matrix. It's a better clarity. What that means is you will see it quicker than you ever did. Where before we can kind of get hypnotized like, oh, I'm supposed to do that because the real said so or whatever, It's not. It's going to be so clear what is right, what is not working for you, how to give more. And this is going to help us all be more blessed. And really, I think that what's happening here in October, by the end of this year, we are going to see, I think you're going to have more hope than you ever had. I know sometimes we look at this and we think, I can't even imagine how we're going to turn this around. We are. And here's the thing. This is why it goes back to 13,000 years. We've kind of ruined the world a few times. I don't mean that lightly, but it's true. And we've learned from it. That's why your anxiety level it's not just the information age and the speed of your life, it's also the anxiety of like, oh God, that soul of yours knows, we've done this before. And there's a little trauma attached because we've suffered a lot, we've seen who we love suffer, we've made bad decisions, we made bad decisions in this life, but it's okay. Because this little pop out is a clearer vision of life. Trust it. So, the astrology is helping you. Literally, those luminaries, everything is created by God. Papa, the sun, is at 16 degrees with Mama, the full moon in Aries. And Libra in Aries is about, it's okay to shine and love you and have direction and be in relationship with God. And this is about noticing God in you, in your friends, at the studio, in your lover, in the postman. It's about presence. Presence is being here is the key to popping out of the matrix. That's the biggest gift that Taurus and Uranus is giving you. And Saturn is the discipline. It keeps shocking you when you're like going back to sleep. It's like, no. Stay with me here. And we want to get distracted and we want to get high and we want to, like go to a class and teach it and think we're so great. Like all the ways we get distracted, right? There's nothing wrong with teaching a great class and getting high on yourself. Great. But if I do it to fix a fundamental pain that I'm avoiding, it's a problem. Then that becomes no different than, drinking a bunch of alcohol or smoking a bunch of weed. In some way, that's the clarity. You start to see, when I do that, I take myself out of my life. And this is the gift when we pop out of that matrix is we're here more. We're present, and just keep checking in, like every 15 minutes, literally like, where am I? Like, am I with you? Am I on Instagram? Am I right here with you? Or am I thinking about what I'm going to do? Like right here, right now, I am loving this. I'm going to go swim in the pool right now and cool off. I want to feel the water. I want to feel Papa in the sky. Right then, right there. That's where I am. And later on, I'm going to cook for my hubby. I want to love the food. I want to touch it. I want to bring my heart into it. Be here. And you are being blessed by one of the most cosmic, juiciest weeks. But all of October is powerful, and we'll get more into that as we go. So I want to invite you to a free meditation. Tonight, Tuesday, Anne, our beautiful MahanrajKaur, she will be doing the magic meditation at 5:45. It's tomorrow also at 5:45. My husband's going to lead it tomorrow, Wednesday at 5:45. And then I'm going to teach an amazing class using a mantra for courage. We need courage so we can have a victory. So we're going to have an amazing class that attunes us to amping up our intuition, because that is what's on offer right now. It is the amping up of your intuition. Your intuition is a guiding post towards more love, more prosperity, but also your intuition is designed to help you stay in, be in the place that can help humanity and the earth ascend. We are ascending. We are ascending. Ascending is not like a rocket. Ascending is like, it takes time. But we don't give up. Sat Nam, I love you so much. Stay the course. Let's pop out of the matrix together. I will be seeing you this week, Wednesday.